Okay, so we're talking about the dots, and I've got them here on the colored fretboard. This is a normal fretboard, so it would be E would be on the bottom, okay, and G would be the minor third up from there. I've got them on the top and the bottom string because this is how we're going to reference them. So we're going to call this the E dot. We're going to call this the G dot, even though it's not in the middle. Yes, we definitely have thunder. It's not in the middle of the fretboard. Okay, so we've got our A dot, we've got our B dot, C sharp dot. Now, instead of looking at it as intervals this time, and this is a good subject because this gives us a complete fretboard versatility. All of these keys. Okay, all 12 keys. And we're not going to try to take them on all 12 at once. Okay, let's slow down now. The reason why I made this circle here is so that we can look at one dot. So that one dot can be any of the dots on the guitar. So this is any dot. That's why it's the dot circle. The string circle is any key. Any key has a C shape, it has a G shape, a D shape, an A shape, and an E shape. And whatever string you start on, so if you want to call A the bottom shape, that's going to be an A shape. So if we have, let's say, between the G and the A dot, if we want to start between the G and the A dot, that would be the 5 and the 6 in the key of C. So for the key of C, the bottom string would be an A string. The second string up, if we're counting from here, the second string up would be an E string. So let's look for that A right there. Here's the 5, 6 in the key of C. The second string up is going to be an E string, which is a fifth up from A. There's your A. Here's your E. The E string is 7 root 2. There's B, C, and D. Again, we got a blue B, a yellow C, and a purple D. So it's B, C, D, F. Now a string circle, they're a little weird. A string circle fifth up from the E shape is a C shape again. Even though the fifth of E is B, we fit it back into the caged letter word. So it's a C shape. That's just the way I'm explaining it right now. There's a reason for it. It's from the tuning third between the 4th and the 5th string as numbered here, but we're going down. We're going actually the opposite direction in a certain way. So we're not going note to note because there's fourths in between the notes, except for a third in between this interval here. But when we go up in string patterns, we go up in fifths, so that E goes back to C again. So the C would be 3, 4, 5, right? So 3, the third of C is E. It'd be E, F, G, and that third string up here is going to be E is green, F is white, and G is red. Now I won't forget what we were first talking about if we keep going on this, but that's the use of the string circle. Okay, so that's looking at it in intervals. But what if we, so we look at that 5, 6 interval, okay, and we get an entry point for the key of C in the A shape. I forget how we got onto that subject, but I know where we're supposed to be talking about looking at a single dot. Alright, so we're looking at a single dot. What we want to do is look at that dot as a scale member of any key, or conversely, we want to play in a key, we want to find a dot to start to play in that key, right? So let's look at an easy key. Let's look at the key of E. Alright, so the key of E is right here. Alright, actually the key of E isn't a good choice because we can't access everything in the tripentatonic key of E box. Okay, so maybe it's not the best choice. We're going to end up having to go to the octave for the key of E. So we can do key of E, but maybe we want to do the octave. In any case, if we start on the key of E for argument's sake, which is an easy key, because remember from the other chart, the interval chart, where would our key of E, the best place for our key of E to fall if we're going to use the intervals between B and C sharp? Here's our key, our E chord. So the 5th of E, and then the 6th of E. So between 5 and 6 in E, we have an A shape. Remember, what defines the A shape? It's a pentatonic scale that is starting on the 5th and the 6th. So the A shape is actually in E. In A, it's in C, it's okay. So in regular C, it would be that was wrong. That was E shape. Here's A shape. Okay. Now in E, if we want to do an A shape for E, the entry point for A shape in the key of E is the 5th of E, which is B, so it's okay. So it'd be B, C sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. Alright, so that's what we got for the key of E. We'd simply have, we don't have much, and it's a mess, right? Hard to understand. But here it is. For the key of E right here, I don't want to rely too much on the drawing tool because it slows us down a little bit. Now, for the key of E, this banner here should actually extend over here. So there was a problem with space here. I think it didn't, because we're going into different keys. It didn't fit, like the puzzle didn't fit. It's like we're trying to make two different puzzles. You're gonna have a problem. So this banner should actually extend over there and cover it for the key of E. I have to look into that, because I thought I fit them together perfectly, but you never know until you start using it. So here's your key of E A shape right here between the B and the C, and of course there's the key of E root chord down here. So as it says up here, not only does C is a good place to play from the fret nut to the first dot, also all 5 caged open chord shapes can be played in that first interval. Let's jump over to our other chart. So this is the first chart, and this series of video segments will be available tomorrow. But you can see them on my Facebook page, so click the link below on this first segment if you want to watch the video there.